Today I am going to talk about different ways we feel and think about the feelings that we have. It's interesting that very often people are have a lot of conscious awareness of when they're not feeling well, surprisingly. People say, well, I'm kind of down, or I'm depressed, or I'm stuck, or all these things. And that makes sense. When you don't feel good, um, very often we want to fix it, right? We want to move through it as quickly as possible. And certainly I've talked about a lot of different ways of responding differently to some of these feelings that we don't like. Feeling anxious or worrying, experiencing worry. um, and if you ask somebody, well, how do you feel when you feel good? A lot of times it may not be on the tip of someone's tongue. So I find it to be a really rich exercise to make a list of all the things that you don't particularly enjoy, and that's fine, and get to know your collection of okay, these are the less fun feelings that I struggle with. And I think it's good to list them down and note, are there particular times when you feel those, um, and then make a list of all the great feelings that you have. Um, and we'll start with that, and then also make a list of all the great feelings that you want to have more of. Why not plan for feeling great more often? So you have a list of the things that you don't particularly enjoy, then make a list of all the great feelings. They don't have to be, fireworks feelings, but just feelings that you enjoy. I enjoy feeling calm. I enjoy feeling centered. I enjoy the feeling of being really curious and being engaged in a great movie or a great book. Um, I I have a video about looking forward to things. I love looking forward to things. It's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy having fun. I enjoy being playful, um, and joking around with people. So, what's your list of all the wonderful things that you like to enjoy? And then for each of those, think of all the times and places where you do kind of naturally have access to those things, because the more we can expand our awareness around a certain feeling, the more we can make sure that that happens, and um, and the more we're teaching our nervous system to go into that state. I think you'll find that once you've done your list of the stuff you don't like, and you start doing your list of all the great feelings that you experience from time to time, um, I think you'll notice that you go into those states, right? It's hard to write them down and think, okay, when was the last 4 or 5 times when I had this particular emotion, and what was it like? How do I feel it in my body? Where do I feel it? What's my posture like? What am I thinking like? What am I picturing? What am I saying to myself? How am I picturing things? Right? We've done a lot of this. Um, and then you can start to think, are there other emotions that you'd like to be experiencing on more of a regular basis? And let's say, you'd like to experience wonder more. And then you can start with just finding a couple times when you have experienced wonder, real wonder. And again, notice when, and notice what's going on in your body, notice your breathing, and you're making that recipe for how to access that state. And then a funny thing happens, which is you may start spotting more and more opportunities when you can experience wonder. Um, And that's really cool. And you'll remember more and more times when you've experienced wonder, right? Like in the holidays, and you're opening up presents, and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe what this can be like. You know, as a young child, it was very easy to experience wonder, right? Everything was new. Everything that we picked up was new, and yet now there are so many opportunities to experience wonder as well. There's new technologies every day. There's new experiences every day. I like to read about neuroscience, right? Because it relates to the work that I like to do. And it seems like, daily or weekly, there's new discoveries. It's amazing what's emerging. And I really do experience a sense of wonder with that. And also kind of wonder with where it might go next. Like, I wonder what will be revealed next that I haven't even thought of yet. So 3 lists that I recommend that you make and then develop each one. One is the list of the times and places where you don't feel particularly good, that you want to have a different experience of those perhaps. And then a list of all the wonderful things that you do experience, and then begin to sort of take an inventory of each so that you get better at them, you get more access to them, you learn your particular template. And then make a list of all the things that you don't experience on a very regular basis that you'd like more of, and then begin to develop those. Take an inventory of each of those so that you can begin to spot opportunities. Maybe it's being playful, or experiencing spontaneity or surprise. Surprise is a good one, right? Like, what's going to happen next? Surprises, like, for me, is almost like fast wonder. So I encourage you to develop those lists and start to enrich your vocabulary, your emotional repertoire on kind of all the positive emotions, and see how you feel after doing that exercise.